Gray Zone Warfare is releasing its first major content patch since its initial alpha early access release earlier this year. But this patch is more than just content. It's a complete shift in how the game is experienced. This patch covers everything from performance improvements and several UI upgrades to new gear, as well as a complete change to the atmosphere of the game. This patch, Night Ops, as is probably obvious, is bringing night gameplay to the tactical shooter. And it's doing it in a way that is rarely seen in most video games. Badfinger Games is leaning even more into realism with not only how NVGs operate, but with how they look as well. As of making this video, I was able to put about 10 hours of gameplay into this most recent build. Now granted, this will be a little bit different than the one you guys are playing, small changes, but nothing major. This gave me a chance to test out some of the starting gear related to night operations. The first set of NVGs you can buy are the PVS-7s, which in real life, they're early or late 80s tech, we'll say mid 80s tech. Or in other words, they suck, but they do serve a purpose. With these NVGs, Badfinger Games is really leaning into the realism. They do this because NVGs have auto gain, they are impacted by ambient light as well as artificial light. There's glint, glare, scintillation, dark areas based on all of these factors. Just stuff we don't see in many of other video games. Now, a big part of this whole process is the inclusion of a day-night cycle and dynamic world lighting. And I'll be honest, the visuals really are stunning. And not just from the sun and the shadows in the daylight, but down to the detail of how flashlights pass through wooden slats or light up the surroundings. Overall, the lighting is an amazing addition to the game. There is still some jank with it, which could be expected from games that are still in alpha. I noticed things like the lighting and the darkness and NVGs and flashlights, all of that stuff is significantly better without any type of frame generation DLSS on, which sucks because there's a lot of people that are only going to be able to play this game well with those systems. And in addition to that, shadows are doing some weird stuff sometimes, especially ones that are cast by player models. But all in all, it wasn't that bad. There was nothing major. It was just little things being nitpicky that stood out to me that were not the best of the best. But to be honest, this thing beat my expectations, this patch, for what we were going to see out of the night patch. For me, seeing NVGs like this in the game brought back tons of nostalgia from my days when I was in the Marine Corps flying around in C-130s with NVGs. They really have done a great job with them in terms of immersion and realism. Now, the new gear in this patch, specifically related to night operations, includes 3 new sets of NVGs and a handful of laser, light, or combination tactical devices in both the visual and IR spectrum. Now, in addition to all of this, there's a huge list of things they added. I'll get through some of them. We got 7 new weapons. The only 2 that I saw, and I can't remember some of the others are, we got the MP5 and the 1911. Cool. There's 22 new tasks. Containers for storage. The only ones I've seen so far are, we got literally coolers. They look like old red igloo coolers you'd see in a Bud Light commercial from the 90s, but they hold food, which is nice and handy. There's locker packing, which it's not an auto sort, but it kind of just packs everything up like Tetris in your stash to give you space, which is kind of nice. There's high value loot and currency on AI now when you kill them. So think things like watches or credit cards or phones, stuff that you can sell back to the traders for cash, as well as the AI having cash on them, which most of the runs we went out, kill a couple dozen AI, I'd come back with $300-400. So that's a good change, a good addition to giving the game world feel a little bit more depth to it. There was a pretty massive rework to a lot of the tasks as well. There's a few of them that are really close or almost the same as they were before, but almost, I don't want to say all of them, but a lot of the ones we've gone through have had either really small or complete overhauls to how they operate and what order they operate in. And some of them have time requirements now, right? You can only do them between certain times of the day. And most of the changes were for the better, making things that were hard to find easier to find and less hidden, or like the quest keys being much easier to find now. They're not super limited. They're much more common to spawn, which we'll talk about that a little bit more detail there in a sec. There's also quite a few changes to geography and several new points of interest. Some of it's around LZ, some of it's just they added some stuff into the map, new areas to check out. Not whole cities, but like small camps and things like that. They've added more LZs, so there's more of those to land at. There's a new text channel for faction chat, for example. So you can talk to your entire faction in a chat there. That's really nice to let people know, hey, I'm looking for this key, or hey, there's bad guys over here, or hey, we're headed here, clear it out if you want to come with, kind of deal. They've also made some pretty good improvements to the health panel. You can see kind of the direction of travel of the bullets that hit your torso, and you can see it on your arms, but because the way the model is kind of T-posed a little bit, it's not super useful because that's not how your character's sitting when he gets shot. But the ones around the torso are pretty good. And on top of that, when you're checking a dead body out, whether it's an AI or a player, you can see this information as well as what killed them. You know, did they die to a headshot? Did they die to a heart shot? Whatever it might have been. We also got weapon durability, which I need more time with this. Right now, I'm on the fence on if it's a good or a bad thing, leaning more towards a bad thing. And I'll explain into that later, but we do have weapon durability now, and your weapons do get chewed up. And this happens just from use, but as well as dying. I believe you lose 10% on your stuff when you die. Even you come back and get it, you've got a 10% reduction in durability. There was new emotes, and then just lots of little quality of life features and adjustments to the UI. Too much to really mention anymore here. Now, some of the first things I noticed right out of the gate once I hopped into this patch was, one, how fast helos show up. They've added more spawn points for the helos, so even if you're not at the base, you're at one of the other LZs, the helo's usually 30 seconds, 45 seconds away from when you call it in. You're not waiting a minute and a half or 2 minutes for it to show up. On top of this, one of the best additions of this patch, I think, is if you have headsets on, by hitting the default O key, you can now essentially heavily muffle the audio. You turn on the active headsets, whatever you want to call it, but it makes the helo ride much more comfortable. I got to the point where I was just turning my volume down every time I got on a helo because I got tired of listening to it for 3 or 4 minutes. You don't have that now. As long as you get headsets on, you can mute the helos. Now, like I said before, keys seem to be much more frequent and easy to find as well. That was one of my biggest complaints and gripes about the last time around playing, was how difficult some keys were to get. You could spend hours clearing entire points of interest and not get the key you needed and be completely blocked from progression. And that's what honestly got me to stop playing Gray Zone last time around, is I got tired of grinding out AI to get the last few keys I needed to get some of the tasks done and pretty much get all the tasks done for the game. And so I just stopped playing, and we decided to wait for the next content update, which is here now. But just in the 10 hours of gameplay I had, not only did I find every key that I needed, I have a handful that I will eventually need already safely stored away. So much so that I found multiple of these keys even. We have a cool new donation box to put things in at the base camp. Now, this is a direct result of the community itself and their own initiatives, where there was a box there sitting before, just an empty, like, open world box, not a container, and people would just throw gear in there for anybody to use. It was a donation box. Well, Madfinger Games took this and created an in-game asset for everyone to use. That's great. It's an awesome thing where the community came up with an idea and the developer ran with it and made it part of the game and even better. And right now, it's mostly getting used for keys. You open it up, that's what you see, and there's a bunch of keys. But it's going to end up having extra guns, armor, ammo, all sorts of goodies in there for you if you get into tough shape and you need some gear. Now, one big thing everyone's going to be really interested in is performance. And there have been some pretty big improvements from my perspective, but take that with a grain of salt. I'm on a high-end PC. For me, with DLSS on and frame gen, I'm able to get well north of 140 frames. I had my frame cap set at 144, just playing around with stuff. But what I ended up doing was running without the frame gen because I didn't like how some of the visuals looked, especially at night with the NVGs and the flashlights and lighting and shadows. And even without it on, I was able to run 80 to 110 frames depending on the area I was in. And this is a pretty big step up from before, where I would need DLSS on just to get over that 100 frame mark. So there is an improvement there. Now, I do know some folks are still having issues with performance. Some of it's due to specific hardware that Madfinger Games is aware of, and they're working on to sort through that. Some of it is just the game not being fully optimized. It's just gonna happen in a game that's still in an alpha. But overall, the game feels substantially better than it did 6 months ago when you look at stability, stutters, and just the overall smoothness of how the game plays. Now, overall, this patch is set to go live to the public on November 27th, and this will include a wiped character progression. Now, for those that are wondering, the creators who got to test this patch a couple of days early will maintain their progress, but we are on completely separate servers from everybody else, and that progress will not roll over until the 5th of December. So you won't be thrown to the wolves or anything like that right on your first day. Everyone you'll be playing with will have, on those first 8 days, will be starting fresh just like you. Now, we'll have a comprehensive review of all the new goodies and changes once I can get some more real time into the patch. Like I said, I've only had about 10, maybe 12 hours the last 2 days to get into this and really check things out, which isn't anywhere near enough to totally get this whole thing under wraps. But we were given the opportunity to test it early. I wanted to take that, get a video for you guys, help hype it up a little bit. Yes, that's what this is. This is marketing. This is how it works. But I wanted to give you an honest first take just with a little bit of time I had, because I know people are anxious to hear it. But that's all I got for now. Hope you guys got some goodness out of this. We'll roll some just gameplay. I'll throw in, a little bit of gameplay in here at the end of this so you guys can see for yourselves. Just raw gameplay, light editing, just stuff to cut out some boring stuff or maybe some bad words or conversations that weren't meant for the public. But other than that, we'll let you guys see what it looked like, what we were seeing, some of the troubles we were having, stuff like that. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget that like and subscribe button. We'll keep up content like this as long as we can for Gray Zone. Good luck in your raids. We'll see you in Lemang. Oh, he just...
Martin from West. So.
Wait, what? Hadn't seen that before. One just vanished in front of me.
Yeah, they've done that a little bit. It's kind of irritating.
Yeah, Did you get that one at the truck? Yep.
Hopefully there's some more optimization, because this thing is running like shit.
I'm sure there's gonna be just all those little tricks we did last time. Like you might legit have to go look and see what your settings were.
It looks like all my settings are the same as they were in the other game.
There's no way it can do that. It's a completely different game.
I'm dead? Huh?
From...
I have no idea.
You good?
I'll try to get him up here.
Was that fucking AI that just blasted the shit out of me?
Towers got killed too. Oh, we're all dead. Oh, don't be shooting at me. Please don't be shooting at me. How do you quick loot again?
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Where'd you get shot from?
I don't know.
The server's got some fucking DC.
Oh, that guy had USD on him. 40 bucks in his pocket. Oh shit, there's one right in front of us here. Listen.
Didn't even see him.
I shot him and he vanished. Oh my god.
Oh. There's another one. That's why I fucking didn't know where I got shot from, is because they were invisible.
Oh, gray zone. This game is not ready to go. I know Tarkov's having problems, boys, but this ain't gonna do you no any good. We couldn't loot backpacks and gear before, right?
Yeah, you could.
No, I mean like you couldn't loot it off the ground. Could you?
Yeah, you could.
Could you? You got yourself fixed up there, Liston?
Not really, but we're fixing it. We're dealing with it.
Is this where we get the meds out of or something?
Yeah.
Did you get them already?
Nope. Haven't found him yet.
I think it's the next building over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it shows where you killed him at now, dude. Look at this.
Oh, I never even noticed that.
They
that's
just
sick.
added it, yeah. So when you look at each other's bodies, we can tell.
That's kind of cool. Destroyed heart.
You broke his heart, Liston.
All right, so yeah, it's not this building.
It's this one right here.
$100. It's the next one over there.
Oh, they changed the look of that.
Change the look of what?
This whole building area. This
didn't?
tent wasn't here before, was it?
You sure? I'm pretty sure it was.
I don't think so.
On the right.
Oh, we need the key. It's right. It's in this room here.
No, it's not the key.
Oh, it's open. I think they were over here.
It's over the corner.
No.
This box right here.
Oh. I don't have room. Fuck.
Yeah, I was like, why would it let me pick it up? Oh. A room.
Wait. Need space.
There we go. All right, now I just need the other marker area. Oh, the gas station. Oh, yeah, that's right, the lumber mill.
I forgot the f***ing markers. That's so annoying. We also have to do... Oh, we've got that. Then we gotta go up to the...
Isn't it this building
Oh,
here?
yeah, a gas station and a demolished building.
On hard right. We gotta go.
We gotta go up around over here. Back. It's the back road behind it.
Oh, yeah, I see.
This is the locket. Right here.
Somebody's cleared all the... Oop.
Well, there's some... Can't you... How do you climb?
Space.
I just can't climb. Oh, there it goes. Fucking Tyler just walks right by one of the fucking guys.
What are you talking about? He was right here.
No, there's one to the right. All right, that's done. So I need the gas station and the demolished building.
Yeah, gas station's north, demolished building.
Yeah.
We can go back, or that's the heli we can take back, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, flashlights work wonders. So.
Heck. The frame gen does some weird stuff with them. I'm noticing here just some weird stuff going on. I think it's the frame gen causing it, to be honest with you. Let me turn mine off and see what happens.
That shit real fast.
So my frames went to about 95 without frame gen on. But it does look better. The flashlights do look better without it on.
I feel like DLS is giving me some stutters or something like that. I think we were having that issue before.
Well, there were some specific settings with it. And you also had to turn in your Windows. In Windows, you had to turn your something with your gaming settings, something I remember, or 3D mode or something in Windows.
I'm heading up to the gas station. Whoa. Dude, you just turned on your flashlight and it fucking lit up the world.
It's
Holy
fucking, it works
fuck.
good, dude.
And what's
Oh,
cool
shit,
is
someone-
they're not all the same.
Right.
All the flashlights are all different. They give you the key flashlight to start out with, though.
These are... Oh, these are bad guys. Okay.
Yeah, can you see on my screen, Liston?
Yeah.
See that that shadow's going goofy? That is just the engine.
Yeah.
Because, like, the shadow is... I don't know, it's just how weird how it's trying to render it. Alright, that's all we had to do here. And then we have to hit the, on the way
demolished
out.
building, and then... Oh, there's another Mythos guy that's dead.
Construction. Them having dollars in their pockets is a really nice change. Simple, but effective.
They can spawn with like stuff too, like watches, cell phones.
Can't turn off, can't shoot out the lights, unfortunately.
Which one do we gotta go to? Did you... Oh, you marked it up.
That's the grid. It's just that open lot that's on the left, you know, the building under construction.
Yeah.
Can't turn off, can't shoot out the lights, unfortunately.
Which one do we gotta go to? Did you... Oh, you marked it up.
That's the grid. It's just that open lot that's on the left, you know, the building under construction.
Yeah.
It's funny, it's been 6 months since we've done this, but we still remember the starter quests pretty well.
Yeah.
They did change some of them a little bit, like not significantly, but like a little better.
Something's in the store to my left right here.
Yeah, I hear him yabber yabbering. I'm scared that he's gonna be invisible.
What I've noticed is when they turn invisible, they don't.
Yo, I just blasted the shit out of him. What'd you say, Towers? He noticed what?
They don't typically shoot you if they're invisible.
I don't know. I was getting blasted.
Oh, there's a bunch of them right here, listen.
They'll like teleport to somewhere else and shoot at you, but they just won't.
Oh! I got that one. I got a heal. Oh shit, behind me here, listen.
Hang on. I can't see him through the fence. There he is. Why did you not die?
Remember, you can go over some pretty serious fences in this game.
Yep. Oh, there was a shooting star, dude.
Y'all, dude, wait till you see
I'm
the fireflies.
dead. Like dead.
Where the
Front right, listen. Over there somewhere.
Yeah.
Holy dude. Alright, well, I'll grab my markers, I guess.